who's the best MBTI and who's the worst, based on my personal experiences, of course.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anika, and I am, obviously, an INFP.
Here's the tier list. On the top, we have the "Oh my god, I love you" category, which basically means I love your character so much I am willing to marry you. Next, we have the "I like you," which means I appreciate you a lot. Next, we have the "We can be friends," which means I do like you, but I have some tea to spill. And finally, we have the "I don't like you," which means we don't get along very well. Alright, first up, ISTJ. ISTJ, I like you. Oh my god, I do not expect to like ISTJs as much as I do. And that is because I did not know many ISTJs until recently. So most of the ISTJs I know are women, and I think they're so adorable. ISTJs are so cute. I think they are one of the cutest types out of the 16 types. I usually meet ISTJs at work, which is pretty funny because that is their stereotype. ISTJs are always at work. I think they make the best work colleagues. They always try their best, they're great at what they do, and I love shit talking with them. Seriously, I don't know why, but when ISTJs complain, I find it really cute. Like, they don't gossip or anything like that. Like, let's say a client is being rude, they won't be like, "Oh my god, I did not like their energy. I'm sure they have no friends." Instead, they may say something like, "I don't understand. They were so polite at first. I answered all of their questions and he did not complain. Oh, he started to annoy me." I don't know why, but I find that so, like, in a way wholesome. It's really cute. So hey ISTJ, I like you. Next, ENFP. ENFPs, we can be friends. I've met two kinds of ENFPs. The first one is the stereotypical high energy, cannot stop rambling. The definition of ADHD plus crack. The second kind of ENFP is the D&D Dungeon Master. This ENFP is more nerdy and laid back. Both are good, although the first kind of ENFP, when immature, it's not fun. They can become a bully and think it's okay because someone laughed at their joke. But when an ENFP becomes healthy, they can be really inspiring. Actually, a lot of my role models are ENFPs. So I do look up to ENFPs, and I wish you to do a lot of introspective work, because by doing so, you'll be able to unlock your full potential. Next, ISTP. ISTP, I like you. ISTPs are so underrated. Like, I literally have nothing bad to say against ISTPs. ISTPs should be more mentioned. ISTPs deserve to be glazed. I find ISTPs to be so resourceful. If there's a problem, I know I can count on ISTPs. I want them to always be around me. They are also very sweet and they don't complain very much, although they won't let you take advantage of them, which is another reason why I like ISTPs. The only reason why ISTPs are not in the "oh my god, I love you" category is because sadly, I don't interact a lot with ISTPs. I find them very low-key. It feels like I have no reasons to talk to ISTPs unless I have a problem. But anyways, ISTPs, I like you. Stay cool. Next up, ESFJ. ESFJs, we can be friends. ESFJs are underrated workers. Like they work really hard and always try to help. While I don't know many ESFJs, I don't know why, but I have a feeling like they could backstab me at any moment. I feel like they can throw subtle shades at you, like telling you how ugly your shoes are with a big smile on their face. But most ESFJs that I met who happened to be women were very sweet and had a bright energy. By the way, ESFJs, stop being so anxious. You guys are great. So we can be friends. Next up, ENFJ. ENFJs. Oh my god, I love you! When it feels like nobody looks at me or cares about me, the ENFJ makes sure the spotlight is on me. It feels like the whole world stops and I'm the only one they care about. ENFJs, even if they're mad, they would never curse at you. ENFJs, they don't want to give up on relationships. ENFJs try their hardest at school, at managing relationships, and at making sure their life is stable. Be an ENFJ is the message. I get along with ENFJs really well. ENFJs always adopt me. I literally have 2 adoptive ENFJs mothers. The synergy works really well. I mean, ENFJs, they want to be the main character in fairy tale stories, and INFPs are basically the writers. So INFPs will give ENFJs the attention and the romance they need, and ENFJs will validate INFPs' need to be seen as authentic and resilient. Next up, ISFP. ISFPs, we can be friends. ISFPs are so cute. I just want to put a blanket over them and make sure they're warm and safe. Very cozy vibes. I feel like they can be quite moody though, and a lot of times they don't have a proper explanation as to why, or they don't want to talk about it, which makes things complicated. Like for a type that's supposed to be very similar to me, it feels like it's a bit hard to have deep conversations with them. ISFPs is the kind of friend who's best in a group setting. I feel like that's where they shine the most and probably feel the most comfortable. So yeah, ISFPs, we can be friends. Next up, INFJ. INFJs, we can be friends. So I've mostly met 2 kinds of INFJs. The first one is the perfectionist with high standards. I call them the divas. They want everything to be perfect and squeaky clean. They don't trust people easily, saying they have this gut feeling. They are hardworking and have a specific goal in mind, often losing focus on reality. The second type is the chillest type of INFJ. I call them the homie. They come off as nonchalant, maybe a bit lazy, but they're super attentive and sweet. Both kinds are good. The thing is, I feel like INFJs are very similar to me, yet very different. Like, hey, I am the therapist of my friend group as well. We can have 2 therapists. Who's gonna be the patient? Next up, INTPs. INTPs, we can be friends. I do like INTPs. I feel like I can get along with them really well. Especially female INTPs. I find it really easy to be comfortable with them. They are funny, relatable, and likable. With male INTPs, it's a bit awkward at first because I feel like in their brain they go, woman? Do we speak to a woman? Beep, bop, beep. And then I see something nerdy and they completely forget that fact and they get comfortable with me. Now, the thing is, INTPs, they don't like to touch grass. INTPs don't like to go outside often, like they're the definition of introvert. Which makes it hard as a friend because you cannot fully enjoy their company. I mean, they make great texting buddies and gaming buddies, but I need more than that. Next up, INTJ. This may surprise some people who may have thought I was going to put INTJs higher since I mentioned this type a lot on my channel, but let me explain. And the reason is simple. You don't get to choose whether or not you want to be friends with an INTJ. They do. INTJs are basically cats. You think you're the owner, but in reality, the cat owns you. Also, INTJs have the record for the type that broke my heart the most. But to be fair, I've dated a lot of INTJs and perhaps I've dated mainly INTJs, so the maths adds up. Like literally, when I'm dating someone and I realize that they're an INTJ, I'm like, alright, he's gonna break my heart. And while knowing that, do I do anything about it?
Hell no!
You think I can resist INTJs? Damn it! No, but seriously, sometimes it can feel like you're walking on eggshells around INTJs, similar to a cat. Like if you pet a cat too much, if they get slightly uncomfortable, they will leave the room. That's how I feel with INTJs. But hey, INTJs, I absolutely love you. But it's not up to me. It's really up to you. So, there you go. You deserve your own place in this ranking, like your own category. INTJs, you guys are so pretty. Damn it. Next up, ENTPs. ENTPs, I'm sorry. I wish you weren't placed here. I actually do really like ENTPs as individuals. I think they really have a lot of potential. They have the potential to achieve great things. I think ENTPs have great minds. Bonus points, a lot of ENTPs are attractive. But hey, let me start with the glaze and let me tell you the reason why you're down there. It's quite simple. Based on my personal experiences, I feel like we don't really get along. I'm not sure why that is, but a lot of ENTPs made me feel like they disliked me or did not care about me at all. It may also sound crazy, but I find ENTPs a bit boring. And that is because they are hard to understand. They always seem unpredictable, which I find irritating. They make me go, what are your values? What do you like? What do you dislike? Sometimes it feels like they like boundaries and just choose to do whatever they want to do. One day you can have a great conversation with them, and the next day they just ghost you. It makes me feel like I'm not being taken seriously. Now, if you are an ENTP and you're upset, that's fine. I understand that. I mean, to be fair, I ranked you 6th out of 16 types in my MBTI lovers ranking, and a lot of you were upset, so hey. But I do know ENTPs can be great. We just don't get along very well, but I'm sure there are some ENTPs watching right now. Don't worry, that's only my personal opinion. I do find a lot of ENTPs great overall. Next up, ESTPs. ESTPs, we can be friends. I actually really like ESTPs. I find them fun and adventurous. I think they can make great friends and their loyalty is underrated. What I like about them is the fact that they don't seem to take things seriously. For instance, if you get into an argument with them, they're not the type to hold grudges. They would rather just make up and just move on to the next thing. They can seem a bit reckless, but it's also another reason why I like them. I look up and act like a cheerleader when it comes to ESTPs. The reason why I'm not putting them higher is because, unfortunately, I don't think I'm cool enough to be friends with ESTPs. We typically are not into the same things. Usually ESTPs are gym bros and enjoy going to parties. And another reason is because my oldest brother happens to be an ESTP. During my childhood, I used to look up to him since he was 10 years older. He was basically my first YouTuber. So I would enjoy watching him play video games. I mean, he would not let me play his video games, but at least I got to like interact with the video game as he played. But my ESTP brother did not make me feel seen growing up. He would always push me to the side. It did not feel like he enjoyed stringing me along with him, and he would laugh at me, not with me. Because of that trauma or experience with my ESTP brother, I kind of still sense that energy that he gave me when I am with other ESTPs. Like, I feel like perhaps I'm not cool enough, but nonetheless, I would like to be your friend, ESTPs. Next up, ISFJ. ISFJ, I like you. You know what? At first, I was like, I don't like ISFJs. And that's all because of Hinata Hyuga. Now, when I first watched Naruto, I did not like her character. She was way too shy and meek, which is the opposite of who I am. But in real life, I made a nice ISFJ friend who happens to be a very close friend of mine. And over time, as I watched her growth, I became very impressed. She actually impressed me when I first met her. What was impressive about her was her book smart abilities. ISFJs are quite underrated when it comes to intelligence. Their strength comes from studying and being diligent, which I find quite honorable. When my ISFJ friend talks to me about her grades, the way she saves money, the fact that she goes to work even when it's hard, and all the little random facts that she drops me, while to some it may sound basic or boring, to me I find it inspiring. This is a type of resilience which I aspire to be. And if you're watching, you know who you are. I love you, baby girl. Next up, ESTJ. ESTJs, oh my god, I love you. ESTJs are my literal letter by letter opposite, since I am an INFP, which in my case means I look up to ESTJs. ESTJs are everything I wish to be, hardworking and diligent. I'm not sure why many INFPs don't seem to like ESTJs. I find ESTJs very attractive. In TV shows, ESTJs are my favorite. They are often portrayed as the villain who goes through character development and becomes a hero, which is one of my favorite things to witness. While people may view ESTJs as rigid, most ESTJs are supportive and have a silly side to them. ESTJs can be very goofy. I also find ESTJs very respectful, like they have manners. I sadly don't actually know many ESTJs, so if you happen to be an ESTJ, please talk to me. Please marry me. Next up, INFP. INFP, I like you. Now, I've met all sorts of INFPs. The super sweet ones, the cringe ones, and the toxic ones. Thankfully, most INFPs I've met turned out to be the super nice ones. Now, obviously, I am biased because I am an INFP. Therefore, I can get along quite well with other INFPs. We usually have the same interests like psychology, arts, and food. I would describe INFPs as very genuine and relatable. They have this, I don't know what I'm doing here, energy, which I love. I think INFPs have a lot of depth, and I don't think that's mentioned enough. A lot of people may say INFPs are very sensitive, blah blah blah, but there's this hidden sadness and deepness hiding behind those sparkly eyes of INFPs. INFPs, we are in this together, okay? Next up, ESFP. ESFPs, we can be friends. What I think about ESFPs is actually quite similar to ESTPs. I really like ESFPs. ESFPs are like my favorite type to watch in the wild. They have this fiery energy that's beautiful to watch. They enjoy being the center of attention, and I like giving them that attention. I basically feel like a puppy around ESFPs. The thing is, I've noticed something. ESFP's attention goes wherever everyone else is. So if everyone's attention is on me, they will either give me extra attention or they may even be a bit jealous of me. If everyone else is paying attention to something else, they won't pay attention to me unless they want attention from me. I still find ESFPs very lovable and I will absolutely give them all the attention that they need. But similar to ESTPs, I don't want to feel like I need to be cool in order to be part of your friend group. But we can still be friends if you want to. And lastly, ENTJ. Did that shock anyone? Is anyone really shocked? I mean, I don't want to say that I blindly like ENTJs, but I do feel like we have really great chemistry. ENTJs can bring a lot to relationships. On my end, they ground me a lot. They go straight to the point when they talk and make me review my thought process in a good way. They are supportive and honest and help me move forward in life. I usually feel extremely comfortable with them. It just feels like things make sense when I am with them. My whole perspective on the world changes. That's how impactful they are. But hey, to be fair, I've met a lot of assholes who turned out to be ENTJs. So ENTJs, don't be too cocky, okay? Because ESTJs could easily take your spot. Alright, and now we're done. So here's the final tier list. Now, I know I don't need to justify myself, but I know some smartass will go on the comments and be like, MBTI is not even real, and now you're shaming people based on their MBTI? So shallow, blah blah blah. Listen, you mother... Shut your... But seriously, this is my personal ranking based on my personal experiences. I am pretty sure not all INFPs are going to agree on this ranking, which is normal. This video isn't meant to put some MBTI on a pedestal and disregard others. There are no good or bad MBTI. You know what? Since this is based on my feelings, this ranking could change tomorrow, in a month, in 10 years. So I hope I didn't upset anybody. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time.